Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, both in Washington, D.C. and around the country.
She was an inspiration to so many people.
She was the moral beacon when America felt lost to me, and I firmly believe that we would not be where we were today without her.
And while remembering her legacy as a champion for gender equality and civil rights, people are also turning their attention now to the political battle of who's going to replace her on the highest court. Former State Senate President Mike Haridpolos joins us now to talk about this. Mike, hope you had a good weekend. Good morning. Good to see you this morning.
Good morning, Ryan. Thanks for the opportunity.
So this weekend we heard from both President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden in two very different arguments. Democrats are going to say strongly it's too close to the election. The GOP, they cite history and the need to have the court full with a contested election. What's going to play out with this?
Well, if 2020 wasn't enough politics, welcome to even more politics, right? It's going to be he said, she said on both sides. Both are going to look to pass quotes made by not only the nominees for the president again, but of course Ruth Bader Ginsburg herself. I expect a titanic battle here. I think at some point you're going to see the Republicans push for a vote very strongly, most likely probably get that vote before the end of the year. I think it'll be very difficult for them to get it in before the election, but they're going to say, look, we need to put someone on the court. We've got the votes. And remember, it hasn't been since the 1880s when a president of one party and the Senate of the opposite party have confirmed a judge. In this case, you have a Republican president, Republican court, and so the chances of them getting done are pretty high as long as the Republicans stay loyal to each other.
Yeah, Mike, at the end of the day, it comes down to getting 50 votes, and some of the outside voices don't matter, but there is a lot of political pressure and risk for both sides moving forward on this, is there not?
I think so. There's a lot of risk here. As we all know, back in 2016, President Obama did not get his nominee, Merrick Garland. In this case, the president is looking at a couple of actually female candidates. He's talked about appointing a justice who has experience, of course, a female justice, and both of the leading candidates are seen as strong conservatives at this point. But the politics part is important. Remember, we've already heard from two United States senators who are Republicans. One is Collins from Maine and also Murkowski from Alaska. Both said they do not want a vote. And that means that the Republicans only have one vote to spare because they have a 53-seat majority. And that means Mitt Romney, again, is going to be in play. And so the likelihood of this happening is slim before the election. But I still think there's a high chance after the election.
Yeah, and you've got some senators that are very in tight races that this could play a factor in the race one way or the other. You mentioned the Florida judge, Barbara Lagoa. What's interesting with her is Governor DeSantis just appointed her, and the Senate actually voted on her when she went to the federal level. So to some degree, she's largely been vetted.
Without doubt, she has clearly been vetted. Her, along with Barrett, who is a former professor out of Notre Dame, are the leading candidates right now. A lot of people are saying if you appoint the person from Florida, the chances of winning Florida go up. She's a Cuban American. These are all things that are in play, and it's going to be a wild political season, and that will get us geared up, as you and I both know, for the Super Bowl of politics, that being 8 days from now. Of course, the presidential debate between Biden and Trump.
Yeah, as sad as it is that she passed, Mike, and there's certainly the human side, this has now added an unpredictable side to this election, which was already very unpredictable. So we'll see in the next 7 weeks, and even this week, what transpires on Capitol Hill. Great for your insight, Mike. Thanks. It's good to see you today.
Thanks, Ryan.
That is former Senate President Mike Haridpolos. We'll talk to him next hour as well on some Florida issues.
And